it's Alex Librarian, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. So today I will be giving a book summary on the book The Mark of Athena, which is the third book of the Heroes of Olympus series. And make sure you watch my previous videos on the Percy Jackson series, which is the prequel series to this series, and make sure to watch my two book summaries on the past two books, and the links of those book summaries will be in the description. So basically, this book starts out with the Camp Half-Blood crew on the Argo 2. They go to Camp Jupiter, but since Camp Jupiter, they're like a very warring community, they didn't expect them and they tried to attack them, but Percy stopped them and he explained that they're his Greek friends from Camp Half-Blood. So once the Argo 2 gets there, they start exchanging stories and stuff about how like Jason went to Camp Half-Blood, and while Percy went to Camp Jupiter, set because Hera wanted them to combine to defeat Gaia, and they start exchanging stories about all their quests and all their stories and stuff, and then they have a tour of the Argo 2 and the Roman city, and at lunch a harpy named Ella started reciting these two prophecies. So the first prophecy is like the next main prophecy that will stretch through the whole entire series. 7 half-blood shall answer the call, to storm or fire the world must fall, an oath to keep it the final breath, and foes bear arms to the doors of death. And that was basically the prophecy for like the big prophecy for the whole entire series. And then the next prophecy, Ella the harpy recites, Wisdom's daughter walks alone, the mark of Athena burns through Rome, twins snuff out the angel's breath who holds the key to endless death. Giant's bane stands golden pale, won through pain from a woven jail. So basically, Hera combined the two camps because she wanted to destroy Gaia, and also like one of the biggest part of destroying Gaia is to close the doors of death, so that like the monsters can't resurrect and they can't keep on coming back to life, because Gaia is controlling that. But the only person who knows where the doors of death are is Nico, the son of Hades, Hazel's brother. And Hazel has been having visions that these two giants, just like it said in the prophecy, they were keeping Nico, and they had to fight the giants to get Nico. And also Annabeth has things that she has to deal with on her own too. So basically, each decade or so, Athena chooses one of her daughters to try to find the Athena Parthenos, a very famous statue that the Romans stole and hid. But so far, none of them have succeeded, and all of them have either died or they were lost, and they eventually obviously died. So Annabeth was chosen by Athena to do that mission. And so their first stop was to go to a place in Kansas, and I forgot the city, but it was right by like a wheat fields, and basically Piper saw that on her knife, and she sees visions in her knife. So when they go back onto the Argo 2, Leo gets like crazy and he starts shooting the Romans. And after that, the Romans lost their trust and they started war on them. So they fled, and Leo explained that he didn't know what happened, and they eventually learned that something called eidolons were possessing them, and they controlled like the people in their ship. But then Piper keeps them out by using her charm speak. So they go to the place in Kansas and they meet Bacchus, or Dionysus, the god of wine. He tells them to meet a god, and they basically ask Bacchus for like questions about where the twins were. And basically he told them to go to a sea god named Phorcys, because he's the son of Gaia, and he should know where the twins are. So basically, they then go to Forces, and they find him. They like contemplate with him, and they learn that Forces is actually working with Gaia, so he was no help. But he talks something about a map in a town named Charlestown, and on Charleston, and so they go to the town. They find the map, and uh, Annabeth knows what the map was. It was the place leading to where she would find the beginning of the journey of the Mark of Athena. And after that, Leo and Hazel, they go try to save Nico, while Percy and Jason, they stay on the ship. So Leo and Hazel and Frank, they go try to find Nico, but then they got led into a trap, but they escaped and went back to the ship to tell Percy and Jason where the giants were. So Percy and Jason, they go to the giants, and they kill, or they kill both of the twins in time to save Nico, and they both escape since the two giants were recovering fast because the doors of death were open. So Nico tells them where the doors of death are. So there are two sides to the doors of death. One is in a place in Greece, and one is in Tartarus. And in order to close the doors of death, they have to close both at the same time. But that means one of them or some people have to go in Tartarus to try to close the doors at the same time as the Overland. So now on Athena's or Annabeth's point of view, so she goes into a maze. She like breaks her ankle, and then she meets like the obstacle that most of the daughters of Athena died to. So basically, she meets Arachne, the weaver that challenged Athena to a weaving contest, but then Athena got mad and turned her into a spider. So that's why Athena's children are scared of spiders. So Annabeth uses a tactic called the Chinese handcuffs, where you try to pull out, but that's the opposite of what you should do. You have to loosen to get out of the handcuffs. So basically, she traps Arachne in the Chinese handcuffs, and she pushes Arachne into Tartarus. And then Percy and the crew, they go and rescue Annabeth at that moment. But while they were all reuniting, Annabeth got pulled into Tartarus because a string was attached to Arachne that was attached to her ankle. So she was pulled down to Tartarus, and Percy went down with her. So Percy and Annabeth, they went to Tartarus, and they were planning to close the doors of death on that side at the same time as the other members of the crew. So that's the end of the book. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click that like button, and thanks for watching. Bye.